Welcome back. This is Grip Q&A number 2, and I'm going to put 3 answers in this one. And the first particular question is from Shawn Kapusta, and it's my opinion on how to grow the sport of grip, or grip sport, or whatever you want to call it. For a lot of people who don't know, the sport, or at least some of the feats, have already been contested on for many years. As far as I could find, 1910 is one of the first times a sport used in our events as such, the World Card Tearing Championships in France. So we can see it's got a lot of longevity, and of course the feats of strength were all being performed in the music halls at the time, and the circus with the famous, the very strong men of those time and previous to that. But it's 1991 where we in Britain organised the first British Grip Championships, which has a X amount of events on an all-round grip flavour, where modern day competitions usually involve some kind of wrist, some kind of pinch, some kind of supporting, some kind of crushing, and some kind of endurance, in those kind of flavours contests. So that's what modern events usually are, encompass X amount of events. So now we're actually into the 25th year of the British Grip Championships next year. It's an open competition, so anybody abroad, and we've had quite a few, if you ever fancy coming over, you'll be very welcome here, and you'll love it. Anyway, in 2013 we started the Grip Tour of Britain, and that was very innovative because all of a sudden we took the sport on the road, so to speak, to various powerlifting, strongman, arm wrestling, any club or any venue, just stone lifting events, all sorts of stuff, and that really brought in for us in UK, brought in a lot of new people who had never done the sport, never done weights. Ruben Hughes is a classic example. And so that was a great way to get it out there. I could still chat to people who are in my own hometown. They still don't know what the sport of grip is. They've never heard of it. And there's loads of manual workers out there who do really well. So I've still got a lot more work to get it as high a profile as I know it can be in the UK. Now, what you do in the US is up to yourselves, really, and also all the other countries. In Finland, they've had a history there with Kimo Koko before that, and he takes it around to venues, much like what we do, sets them up under a gazebo, and people brand new and strong men come and have a go in this. And this is the way it has to be done. This is, for you to take it away and grow it, you have to, it's the ground roots, it's the garage gyms, the cellars, the garages, the fairs. This is where you will grow the sport to be bigger. Not expos with just a few people there. It has to be from the ground upwards, and that is important. So everyone can do their bit. We at World of Grip have quite a lot of events on our world records page, and most of it's our equipment, some of it's not, some of it's other people's equipment, and people like records, they like to see. So that's another way to create interest. So this is my advice, is it's in a healthy position. I mean, 1991, I wouldn't be able to read anything on it. I had to buy David Webster's and David Gentle's magazine, old books. I was buying stuff, so there was very little. And a contest starts. Now there's a load of contests, and it's in a healthy position. But everyone can do their bit, and just for instance, Jed Johnson with his This Week in Grip podcast, he does a bit every week, and he runs plenty of comps in America, and there's a lot of us doing our bits. And the more people who do your bits, and I'm always available on Facebook to have a chat, and I will help any new promoter who is not sure of what to do. But fairs in America, you've got lots of farmers, so these kind of places, manual workers, these are the people you're going to find. It's like, wow, you've got a really strong grip. Next question is from Eirik Bruun Ingebretsen. Hopefully I've pronounced that right. And it's his, he's asking on the shaving, cutting, grinding of excess skin. So basically skin care. I've been an advocate. I think I wrote about this in 1994 was the first time I ever wrote about it. That basically you don't want skins like tissue paper or card. It will tear too easy. So you want strong and supple, a bit like a chamois leather, if you know that, or strong leather that has flexibility suction and it won't tear. Now, as for calluses, clearly that's going to happen in our game. We're going to build calluses. But there's good and bad calluses. Now, for strongmen out there, having huge amounts of, well, hold on, we'll just put a pause on it. Put a pause. Back. Child interruption there. Okay, so there's good and bad calluses, and in strongman, huge, big, heavy calluses here will somewhere along the line depart from yourself in the frame or the farmer's walk. So it's imperative, because they will build, the more heavy frame, so especially in the frame and farmers, more so than deadlift. In the frame and farmers, they will build, and so you want to be in your shower or doing the washing up, you want to just lightly shave them off with your nail or with a, you know, one of the pommel stones, but not too deep. You don't want to go into new skin. You just want to take off the white stuff that looks white there. If you keep on top of that and keep some massage and cream in, it should be absolutely fine. It's a bit like an iceberg callus. It's there, and you'll take off a huge amount, and then you're going to be able to train it for a good amount of while. But just as we said, there's ones that are not good. There is good calluses. In particular, things like halfpenny and stub, where I'll usually build a callus up there, like that. There'll be a callus there and a callus on there, but they'll be perfect because it'll kind of like it will stop the pain. Not really pain as such, but the, you know, the skin being fresh on it suddenly feels like, oh, that's a bit. And after a few goes at that, you'll get this lovely little callus there, and you want to keep that. The same for grippers as well. You'll when you do grippers to a huge extent, you'll start to build like a little ridge there. That's a great one. And also on this hand, I'll build a callus here, because that's the ridge there that stops my gripper handle here, and this one is the pull down on that. So when I'm setting, that pulls down, I'm in there, my ridge and everything keeps it there, and so they are what we could call good calluses. So halfpennies, stubs, grippers, snapping as well. You'll build a little bit of callus up in the area. And that's useful, and once again, supple skin for the rest of it is imperative, especially on pinch lifts. So keep some nice oils before bed, or cream, or whatever you want to use. I won't bother saying which one I use, because it really just depends what my wife's got floating around, and you know, keeping care. Bad calluses off, keep good calluses. And the final question. Let me get this one in. I'll find it. Okay, it's from Mike Betty. Hi, Mike. Tendonitis problems, rehab and prevention. Well, firstly, there's no real magic answer to this, and also, you know, I'm not a physio. I have cleared things like tennis elbow in the past, and it's been done with huge amounts of icing, but also large amounts of deep massage by someone who knows. So they've massaged deep on the area that's caused the inflammation, or the scar tissue, or the inflammation, the thing that's touching the nerve as it's going through. Icing. When you say to somebody ice, they're kind of put a bit of ice on that night. In that period of time, I think I was icing, I don't know, 4 to 6 times a day. With a bag of peas. Just put it there with a towel underneath and sit it there till it started to lose its coldness, and put it back in the freezer and back again a little bit later. Obviously I worked on myself, so I was able to do that. And then you'd still, I remember it going, it's still 4 weeks before you actually got that. All of a sudden it started to get better, and then at 6 weeks it cleared, and that was tennis elbow. So the quickest answer to that is icing will definitely bring the inflammation down. It depends what the problem is, and of course seeing a good physio is, lucky enough I saw a great physio the other day, Osfit, and it is imperative to, you know, clear the issue, whether it's through deep massage or whatever, and then keep on top of it by reducing the inflammation by better ice than anti-inflammatories, I think. That was it. Oh yeah, to eventually start training. Now the 2 issues here is training too soon, on heavy, on too soon, on something that's clearly causing an issue. because you're not going to clear this. This is being cleared, but you're still doing whatever exercise is causing an issue. So you have to eradicate the thing that's causing the issue, but you can't not do anything, because obviously you want light resistance, blood in there. I've got the Orbi grip, for example. I spin it round my elbow, I get it, or spin it around my shoulder. I can feel it in different angles. So lots and lots of revolutions, lots of reps. That enables new blood, well, not new blood, blood in there, nutrients, repair. So ice, physio, ice, stop the thing that's hurting it, and then the repair will come through some resistance. Works very light, and obviously, you know, once the ice starts and the scar tissue is all gone, the injuries will start to clear up in whatever particular area it is. And I'm kind of talking an elbow there, but it's this kind of similar thing that, you know, if you've got a wrist issue or whatever, it's usually going to be inflammation. I hope that helps you, Mike. See how it goes. Finally, that's it. We're up to 11 minutes 30. I'm going to be doing, probably in the next couple of ones, something like the 2 hands pinch. I've been asked loads of questions, but I'm trying to sort of bunch them together. So 2 hands pinch, grip and wrist work for arm wrestling, and grip and wrist work for BJJ. These are probably going to be in the row of. So anybody else who's got questions or anything on those, that I can add them all together and put out one purpose video on those particular subjects. Thanks for watching anyway.